Hey, welcome back to another video. In the last one we did a full comparison between the 2023 gas-powered 6.4-liter Hemi Scat Pack and the upcoming 2024 battery-electric all-wheel drive Daytona Scat Pack. Today we're doing the same for the RTs, comparing the 5.7-liter Hemi-powered cars to the Daytona RT BEV. Both carry the Charger name, so let's see how good of a replacement the new version is. I'll be comparing the exterior, paint colors, weight, wheels and brakes, performance including 0 to 60, quarter mile, top speed, and range, the interior, and the suspension. So let's get started. The 2023 RT had an MSRP of $45,065. These have looked similar for a while, with a performance fascia with a wide lower grille up front and side vents flanking the rear, as well as a hood scoop. 2023 models have 345 fender badges indicating the cubic inches of the engine, but previous RTs had Hemi lettering there. All the RTs have a deck lid badge as well. Of course, the Charger RT is a 4-door sedan. The updated Daytona RT will release as a 2024 2-door model, but 2025 brings a 4-door version as well. Pricing is still unknown at this time. This car obviously has a new design highlighted by the front R-wing, which allows for air to flow through a front pass-through area, enhancing the downforce while creating a unique visual profile. Below that there's a white LED cross-car full-width front lighting, flanked by headlights in the corners, where the Dodge logo is subtly laser-etched. That's all centered with a lit-up Fratzog logo. The rear of the car continues with a similar design as the current Charger, opting for a red ring of fire LED that's also centered by the Fratzog logo. A gloss black painted roof will be standard, but Dodge also offers a full-length glass roof. And the fender badging here is simply the RT logo. The 2023 RTs offered 14 different paint colors, just like all the Chargers. I believe that's not an RT in the picture, but again, all those Chargers had the same paint offerings. For the new Chargers, Dodge says they will offer 8 bold colors for this first year. Some carry over from the previous gen, so those would be Diamond Black, Destroyer Gray, Triple Nickel, and White Knuckle. New colors include After Dark, Peel Out, Red Eye, and Ludicrous. Next we move on to the weight, as both of these cars are very heavy and this is a big talking point. The 2023 RT weighed 4,270 pounds with a 55 to 45 weight distribution. The 2024 Daytona RT is extremely heavy, weighing in at 5,838 pounds. These EVs will have near perfect weight distribution between the two axles. Also, in case you were wondering, here are some exterior dimensions of both the cars. Next we move on to wheels and brakes. The gas RT will come with 20 by 8 inch wheels with 245/45 ZR20 tires. You can get 20 by 9 inch wheels as an upgrade with either the Daytona Edition group or the Performance Handling group, and both of those stick with the 245s. These cars have standard dual piston front calipers with 13.6 inch vented front rotors, and single piston rear calipers with 12.6 inch rear vented rotors. Optional are 4 piston Brembo calipers all around, with 14.2 inch front and 13.8 inch rear rotors. As for the Daytona RT, it comes standard with smaller 18 by 8 inch wheels and 245/55 ZR18 Nexen tires, but 20 by 9 inch wheels with 255/45 R20 XL Nexens are included with either the Plus group or the Blacktop package. And if you opt for both the Plus and the Blacktop, that will get you 20 by 10 inch wheels with 275/40 ZR20 XL Goodyear Eagle Sport all-season tires. Brakes are 2 piston floating calipers with 14 inch front rotors and 13.8 inch rear rotors. Next we move on to performance. The gas-powered RTs come with a 5.7-liter Hemi V8 engine, paired with an 8-speed 8 HP 70 automatic transmission, a 2.62 final drive ratio, and rear-wheel drive only. These have an output of 370 horsepower and 395 pound-feet of torque. In a perfect run, these cars can do 0 to 60 in around 4.9 seconds, and the quarter mile in 13.4 seconds. Top speed is around 155 miles an hour. As for fueling, 89 octane gas is recommended, and there is an 18.5 gallon tank. The average American gas price right now is $3.59 per gallon, so a full tank costs you around $66.42 to fill. The gas mileage is rated for 16 city and 25 highway MPG, meaning that you can expect to go 296 miles in the city or 462.5 miles on the highway. Of course, the new Daytona RTs are all electric and all-wheel drive. Built on the Stella Large platform, this 400-volt propulsion system incorporates a high-voltage battery pack, a dual integrated charge module, and both a front and rear electric drive module or EDM. The front EDM has front wheel end disconnect, improving range and efficiency, while the rear EDM includes a mechanical limited slip differential to increase traction and performance. Both the front and rear EDMs feature 3-in-1 architecture, an inverter, gearbox, and motor, with each generating a maximum of 335 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque. Those maximum power output numbers are safe for the Scat Pack though. As for the power output of the RT, there are 3 different configurations. Base form has 456 horsepower, Stage 1 is 496 horsepower, and Stage 2 is 536 horsepower and 404 pound-feet of torque. However, Stage 2 doesn't seem like it's available yet. 2024 models will come equipped with Stage 1 standard, but after that it will cost money to upgrade from direct connection from base to Stage 1 or Stage 2 later on. Unfortunately, it does seem these are only slightly quicker than the previous 5.7-liter RTs. As with the Stage 1 upgrade, Dodge says 0 to 60 happens in 4.7 seconds, and the quarter mile in 13.1 seconds. So that's hardly a big upgrade performance-wise, as you can see on screen with the comparison. It gets even worse when you see that the Daytona RT can only top out at 137 miles an hour, far less than the previous gas RT. The one benefit to the EV is that it will almost certainly be easier to hit those numbers. If you've owned or driven any Hemi Charger, you'll know that launching is hard to do with the wheel spin and the lack of traction. Dodge says that thanks to the instant torque hit, coupled with the all-wheel drive system and the power shot feature, the performance numbers of the Daytona Coupe will be easily repeatable on less than ideal surfaces. And speaking of power shot, this is a standard feature accessible by a button on the steering wheel, delivering an incremental 40 horsepower for 15 seconds when activated by a throttle punch. I do believe this 40 horsepower number is incorporated into those stage figures. Looking at the range, the EV-RT is rated for 317 miles, so that's more than driving the gas RT in the city, but a lot less than the highway rating. You can find the charging times on screen. Assuming it takes around an hour to charge the full battery with a level 3 charger, you can expect to pay around $20 an hour, but of course this varies by state, province, or charging station. Next is quickly the exhaust. The 2023 RT features a 2.75-inch electronically controlled active exhaust system with 4-inch chrome tips. The new RTs have a Fretsonic chambered exhaust system that uses 2 passive radiators to create unique sound. Dodge says this sound intensity will be tied to higher performance, with a stealth sound mode also available. Now we've basically covered all the main important stuff, but I will look at a comparison of other features as well as the interior next. As for the features, there aren't many race features here like there were on the Scat Packs. The 2023 RTs have Dodge performance pages, so that allows you to see some metrics like timers, gauges, G-force, propulsion system, information, and more. However, there aren't any race options here like launch control, launch assist, or line lock. The new Daytona RT also lacks a lot of those new options that the Scat Pack has, so there isn't a donut, drag, drift, or track mode, just EV pages, performance pages, and that power shot feature. Next, finally, we have the interior. The 2023 RT features the Uconnect 4C system with an 8.4-inch touchscreen and a leather-wrapped performance steering wheel with paddle shifters. The standard seats are black houndstooth cloth with bolsters, and those can be heated along with a heated steering wheel with the addition of the cold weather package. Black Napa leather and Alcantara seats are included if you choose the Daytona Edition group or the Plus group. A power sunroof is also available. The standard sound package is a 6-speaker Alpine system with a 276-watt amplifier, but the upgrade will be a 19-speaker Harman Kardon system with a 900-watt amplifier. The 2024 has an upgraded and modernized interior. The center display alone is 46.9% bigger than the previous version, using the Uconnect 5 system at 12.3 inches. The driver info cluster is 10.25 inches. The steering wheel has a flat bottom design, paddle shifters, and the power shot button. A pistol grip shifter is used with the start button just below it on the center console. Black cloth and leatherette seats are standard, while the Plus group includes heated black or demonic red leatherette. The standard audio system for the RT is an Alpine 9-speaker setup with a 506-watt amplifier, with an optional Alpine 18-speaker 914-watt system. So that's the end of this video comparing the 2023 and 2024 RTs. Let me know if you enjoyed it, and comment below if you learned anything new or if anything was surprising to you. The new Daytona Scat Packs were quite a bit ahead of the current Scat Packs in terms of performance, but I have to say the new RTs do not seem that far ahead of the older ones, and on paper they're not that much better performance-wise. That's it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for all your Mopar content, and I'll see you in the next video.